Hello everyone, welcome to Sunya IAS. Today in this video, we are going to do the analysis of GS1 paper of UPSC Mains Examination 2021. So in this video, let us see all what we are going to touch base. The first point is how many questions were asked from each subject. Okay. Secondly, we will compare the number of questions and the weightage of marks with previous year questions. So we will study the changing trends of UPSC GS1 mains paper. Also, we are going to cover how you could have prepared to write this paper easily. From the general students' opinion and the polls, the paper seems to be, from the students' point of view, moderate to difficult level. But if you could have done a very targeted and a very holistic preparation, you could have been easily able to attempt all the questions. Okay, so let us move ahead and discuss all these parameters in the video. So first of all, to understand how to prepare, we need to know how much weightage we have to give to each subject. So if we talk about the weightage, geography got the highest weightage. 9 questions were asked from geography, okay, which is approximately 40 to 45% weightage of the paper. Indian society, 6 questions were asked from this subject, and I can say it was around 25 to 30% weightage. The rest we can classify under history, modern history, world history, art and culture. So this year there were no questions from post-independence history. This is one thing that has come to everyone's notice. Now let us go ahead and compare that how the trends have been changing in the previous years. So first of all, we are going to compare that in this year, from art and culture, only one question was asked. Now, if you compare with last 3 years papers, the trend in art and culture questions has been fluctuating. Okay, it is not constant. Sometimes 3 questions, then again 1, 4, 1. But we will show you a pattern here. So wait for it, guys. When you talk about geography, the trend we can say is almost constant, but the weightage is increasing slowly. Okay, so 9 questions and 110 marks, guys, is a huge weightage. Approximately 40 to 45% weightage has been given to geography. If you study from prelims point of view, geography does not have so much weightage, but GS1 mains paper, geography has huge weightage. Now we are talking about modern history. So here also, side by side with art and culture, the trend is fluctuating. But here the good part is you can see that whenever the question from art and culture increases, the questions from modern history decreases. Okay, so these two subjects are kind of complementary. They complement each other. Okay, they're following a zigzag pattern, but then the other one fills the void. And if you consider these both subjects together, then the trend will seem constant. Society, in the last 3 years, the trend has been constant. Okay, not major change has been witnessed. So from this, we have to, bring out a conclusion that if you study your geography well, a lot of the paper will be easily deciphered by you. Now let us go ahead and see what all questions were asked and just understand the topics that were asked. Bhakti literature was asked from art and culture. So guys, most of us when we are reading the paper, most of us would have rushed up and written about bhakti movement, but this is not asked. It is specifically asked about the literature. Now bhakti literature is was asked last year also in some or the other form. Name of a saint was given and his contribution was asked. So this is prima facie same kind of a level, and a question from bhakti literature was expected this year because it is one of the very important topics according to UPSC. Now when we talk about modern history, social religious reforms movements were asked. This is also one of the important topics that we all lay huge emphasis on whenever we are preparing from prelims point of view or mains. Then when we talk about other process, then the integration of princely states had been asked, which is also a very easy question to approach and bring about the points. But guys, here we are just understanding the topics. Now you will have to go to the keywords and understand what has been asked, and then you have to write specific answers. Now, in the further slides, we are going to tell you how you have to study holistically and why you have to study holistically, because UPSC, the number of questions might be changed, but the trend, the level of questions, the type of questions are changing. So we are addressing that point also. Hold your horses. So here one question is asked about moderates. This is also a very important topic, and mostly everyone expects a question from moderates in some or the other form. But all these topics have to be studied holistically. Now this question is very tricky. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi. We all know UPSC always asks questions about Mahatma Gandhi. But here the type of question is very different. What is asked? Constructive programs that were done during the non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement by Mahatma Gandhi. So this is very limited topic. If you would have studied specifically, then only you could have come up with the points, specific points in the stipulated time. Otherwise, it takes time to recall such things, because as such we are under huge pressure during the exam. Okay, and in from the world history, what is asked? Prima facie, it looks like it's a question about World War, but no. It is asked about the period between the world wars and how it was a difficult phase for democratic state system. Okay, now let us talk further about we will talk about the Mahatma Gandhi question in couple of slides. Abhi, let us just go through the questions and understand that what is being asked. Now, as we all know, geography was a star, 9 straight questions from geography. So I think people who have geography optional would be very happy that a lot of questions came from their forte. But these questions, I would say, are very approachable, right? Now, this year, landslides have been in news pretty much. Okay. But here UPSC has asked in a different way about differentiating the causes. But prima facie, it was about landslides. So basically, you would have to explain with examples when you differentiate. And if you would have studied this topic with specific examples, this question would have been very easy and approachable. Okay, another question was about volcanic eruptions. Okay, then a question on melting of Arctic ice glaciers. This question is also always almost a part of all the test series and topics. We have also given you very specific articles on this topic. Okay, fourth question. Why is India considered as a subcontinent? Now we all have studied our basic geography, right? Physical geography of India, the NCRTs we have referred. But if you have not very much returned such questions, then answering this question would have been a little difficult in framing it, briefly mention the alignment of major mountain ranges. So yes, this is also a very easy kind of a question, but writing practice is very much needed. And the mountain ranges, how do they impact the local weather conditions? Okay, very easy question. With examples, you could have come up with flying colors. Now, these are the questions on physical geography. Now, human geography में से 4 question आ गए. Okay. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल माइनिंग इंडस्ट्रीज कंट्रीब्यूशन, इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन पूछा गया है कि भाई लेस क्यों है. ओके, सो हियर यू कुड हैव कम अप विथ लॉट ऑफ डेटा. Okay, right now the coal crisis is going on, right? The electricity crisis was going on. So this question is directly based on that issue that is going on in current right now. But it has asked in a different aspect. So UPSC basically expects you to study any issue holistically. Okay. Now this question, the second one. Okay, what are the environmental implications of the reclamation of water bodies into urban land usage? Explain with examples. So here there have been, lot of articles in the Hindu. Regularly this topic was there on the op-ed page or the editorial page. There was a lovely article about Hyderabad being the city of lakes. There were twin lake systems. There was a system of chain lakes. So there was no flooding. But these days, due to urbanization, a lot of urban construction has happened on those lakes. And that is why flooding is happening. Okay, and there are other lot of implications, like recently, it was directed for the demolition of Maradu flat in Kerala, because it was built on a land which was allocated as a lake, and it was in the CZR, okay, CRZ, sorry. Done, guys. So, a lot of questions have come dependent on the current affairs. Now, the third question. We have to discuss the uneven distribution of mineral oil in the world. See, if I change this mineral oil thing, we would have practiced n number of questions. Here, pharma industries sometimes return. Here, some other rubber industries return. Here, UPSC is constantly asking these kind of questions. And if you have practiced previous year questions, this would have been a lot easier for you to answer. This question, the fourth one, it is very simple. Okay, it will not be given in any notes directly, but here you would have to apply your critical thinking, and UPSC, like checks how aware you are about your surroundings. So this is a question where UPSC checks your acumen, that like lot of cities are seeing a rise of IT industry, and how is it impacting the social and economical dimensions in that city. Okay, so this is a very nice question. If you really think and look around, you would have come up with a beautiful answer. Now, society. And guys, society questions have been a big surprise this year. So let us just go to three questions which were surprising for most of us. The first surprise was gig economy. Second one was cryptocurrency. Now, these two topics everyone has studied from economy perspective, or maybe science and tech if you talk about cryptocurrency. But how does it impact the society? Cryptocurrency, how does it impact? And gig economy, how does it, play a role in empowerment of women in India? So UPSC has beautifully blended this current affairs into society questions, and it wants to see that how is your thinking ability? Can you perceive the impact of any new technology on the society or not? These questions are based purely on logic, and if you would have done good writing practice, then you could have produced lot of dimensions in these questions. Also, the tribal knowledge system question. Okay, these days the new act has come, and there are a lot of changes going on in the tribal thing, so it has been in current. This question also UPSC has molded in terms of society question. So three very nice questions which needs very good analytical abilities, and it checks your level of awareness in your daily life. Now, Indian society, how does it maintain continuity in traditional social values? Very, very nice question. This is also very much relevant to your life and the people around you. So this question also checks your acumen. Discuss the main objective of population education. Again, a trivial issue, and a beautiful question is framed on it. Now, coming to the main point, that why are we analyzing? We are analyzing because for the next year we want to be prepared in a better way. So how could you have prepared? First of all, the standard books, your NCRTs and all those books, the standard books, you have to refer. Okay, they are compulsory. But looking at the nature of questions, these are not enough. Okay, you need notes which are already in point form, which already have beautifully made structures. Okay, and those structures are subpoints. So even if any dimension of any topic is asked, you can quickly replicate it. Because see, what happens is when UPSC asks such questions, aspirants take a longer time to frame their structures. Okay, they take a longer time to frame their structures. But if you have prepared, preempted your structures, then it becomes very easy and you can complete your paper easily. Now, as we all know, completing the paper is very important for UPSC. You might get lesser marks in some questions, but every mark counts, even half mark counts. We all fight for half mark, 1 mark, getting a little bit more marks in every question. So completing the paper is the key to passing the exam, and having some preempted notes will get you there. Also, you need to have good knowledge on current affairs. See, usually we think that current affairs will be important for GS2 and GS3 only, but this paper shows the importance of current affairs in GS1 also, and this is what we can expect in coming papers. Now, the fourth part is you have to practice daily. Like we always say, answer writing is like riding a bicycle. So if you know how to ride a bicycle properly, then you can participate in a race. You cannot take your bicycle and go to a race on day one. Okay, so this is very crucial, very important. You have to practice daily, and that too continuously. You have to keep the streak going on. Now, like we have given the notes in a very nice way, very helpful way, very relevant way, I would say. So if we talk about, the question that I referred to that we will discuss later, that constructive aspects, okay, constructive work done by Mahatma Gandhi during CDM and NCM. So here we have given this topic separately. So anyone who would have prepared this topic from these notes, they could have come up with lot of points at the moment, right? Otherwise ये सारे points इतना जल्दी एग्जाम में याद नहीं आते हैं, because in the exam we are under so much pressure. Time is ticking. We are all worried about our attempt. We are all worried about the questions we cannot write. Okay, so you have to prepare in a better way, in a point wise way, in a segregated way, in a holistic way. Now the crypto question. Crypto has been in news for a very long time after RBI took a stand against it. So even crypto articles have been surfaced in the Hindu op-ed page and the editorial page, and also in the Indian Express. Any editorial you see, you will find editorials on crypto as currency. And this article, so this also substantiates that you have to be ready with current affairs. You have to read your newspaper daily. You have to go through your editorials daily. So here if I say, can I say current affairs knowledge, it will consist of editorials plus notes. Now guys, note making, like editorials, so you can pick up the Hindu and read it. Okay, but making these kind of notes is very time taking. If you are a full-time aspirant, then you can make it. Then also it takes a lot of time. And if you are a working aspirant, then I don't think you'll find time to make such notes. So you can choose any notes from the market. We have really worked hard on making these notes very relevant. But if you find any such notes, then they are also good. But we would strongly advise you to read notes in these formats. Okay. Then again, the landslide one. Okay, landslide have also been in news. We're just showing you the articles that you understand what is the importance. Okay, so importance of practice. If you practice questions daily, many questions you can find directly. Okay, so this was one of the questions that we had given in our daily answer writing program. Plus, when you get into a habit of writing the questions every day, you will always produce more points in your answer and more dimensions. And this paper shows that UPSC is demanding multi-dimensional and analytical thinking from you. You also need interlinkage of topics like GS3 wale topics. They molded and asked in GS1. So whenever you are studying, you have to understand the internal linkages of every paper. So can I say you have to study everything holistically? कि कोई भी नया टेक्नोलॉजी आ रहा है, कोई भी नया इश्यू है, तो उसका सोशल, इकोनॉमिकल, पॉलिटिकल, एट लीस्ट ये 3 डायमेंशन तो हमें पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा. प्लस एज आई टोल्ड यू, whenever you look at a question, the structure, you should have the स्ट्रक्चर इन योर माइंड. आपके दिमाग में दिखना चाहिए कि मैं आंसर कैसे लिखने वाला हूँ या लिखने वाली हूँ. मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन कौन सा होगा, बॉडी में कौन से पार्ट्स में सेग्रीगेट करूंगी या करूंगा, एंड मैं कंक्लूजन कौन सा लगाऊंगा. दैट विल ओनली हैपन इफ यू प्रैक्टिस एवरी डे. लाइक से इंट्रोडक्शन, आई एम नॉट एलोबरेटिंग अ लॉट इन दिस वीडियो, बट देयर आर 5 टाइप्स ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन एंड एवरी क्वेश्चन can be linked to one of the type which will suit it to the best. Okay, let us now see how to answer these kind of questions. Okay, so first of all, the question is evaluate the nature of bhakti literature and its contribution to Indian culture. So here you will have to understand the keyword evaluate. What does evaluate mean? Evaluate means you have to look at the facts and then establish an opinion. Okay, so you will have to bring about the characteristics of the Bhakti literature. Say, for example, I'm not discussing it in detail. We are going to provide you the best model answers, relevant ones. That's why we call them the best, the most relevant model answers within 24 to 48 hours. Our entire team is working on it right now. Okay, so you'll have to bring up the characteristics. You can say it was secular in nature. This is just one keyword that I'm giving you. You'll have to put 5 keywords like this. Okay, so let's start it again. So first of all, you will need an introduction. Here contribution is asked and nature is asked. So your introduction has to be about the significance of Bhakti literature. Okay, after that, in the body, there are 2 questions. Okay, this one is the first one, this is the second one. So subpart 1, how will you write it? Nature of Bhakti literature. This has to be your heading because this is the direct demand of the question. Subpart 2 will be contribution to Indian culture. Your subparts, the headings always have to come from the question, then only you will be able to answer it properly. Otherwise, many of the times aspirants get derailed and write irrelevant things. And about the contribution also, you will have to highlight that how much it contributed conclusion mein. Done. So here we had given an article. Okay, sorry, a question, and the model answer was made like this. So if you would have at least gone through such kind of notes, you could have quickly produced lot of points and you could have saved time and completed your paper on time. Guys, as I said, model answers will be posted within 24 to 48 hours. The link to the channel where these model answers will be produced is given in the description box below. Okay, these model answers will be high quality and to the point. We are not going to give you entire encyclopedia on every topic or Ramayana Mahabharata on every topic. We are just going to give you points which are relevant. Okay, and it is going to be in this format, which is the high yielding format. This is the channel. We will also put the link in the description. So guys, thank you very much. If you like the video, please share the video, like the video, and also hit the bell button and subscribe. Thank you.